Hi, today we're down at Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm here with a real expert on oil and natural gas investing, and that's Thomas Lacey. And I have a couple questions for you. And the first one is, what are the different types of oil and natural gas investing you can do?
Well, there's, as you can imagine, many different types of oil and gas investments. The two main types that you see most commonly are royalties and working interest. I deal only in royalty investments. Working interest is the other kind, and it's the drilling of wells. Royalties are investments that have to do with the subsurface mineral rights. There is less risk with royalty and mineral investments inherently because you're not dealing with the drilling of wells. You're not taking on that liability.
Well, what are some of the advantages of doing royalty investing? That's the area you work in.
That's right. So with royalties, you're buying the subsurface real estate, and it's just the same way as a rental house pays the landlord monthly income. So does a royalty. A royalty from an oil well pays you a percentage from the profits on each barrel of oil or cubic foot of natural gas that comes out of the ground. Royalties have a tax advantage. They are privy to what the IRS calls a depletion allowance. That gives you a 15% deduction off of the gross income before your tax bracket is applied to that income. So off of $100,000 of gross income for a year, you would only pay tax on $85,000 net.
So why are royalties lower risk than like drilling? Why do they have a lot less risk?
Well, with drilling, there's an infinite number of risks involved, whether it's human error involved in the lateral not being landing in the right zone, or any number of reasons that not every well is a successful well. And not every acre of minerals you buy is going to be a successful acre, but we can mitigate that risk. And we have control of where we buy a lot more. So if we're buying good rock and under good operators, then inherently we have better risk tolerance than some of the other investments.
And my last big question is, why is now a good time to be investing in oil with the high price of oil? It kind of seems like a bad time to be investing in oil. Why is it a good? Well, let me break it. Oil royalties. Why is now a good time to invest in oil royalties?
In my opinion, it's always a good time to invest, whether the prices are high or the prices are low. Dollar cost averaging is obviously the best in the business. Stay consistent and keep buying. To me, it's always a good time to buy.
Well, that's a slight overview of oil and royalty investing. I'm glad you spent the time with us. If you have more questions, please give us a call, and we'd be glad to answer any of your questions on an individual basis. Thanks a lot.